Good morning, everyone. I am Jessamine Albercata Mausak, and today we're going to tackle about the works and writings of Rizal. As we all know, our national hero demonstrated exceptional talents in various fields. He was a gifted writer, novelist, poet, and essayist. But today, we are going to discuss the works and writings of Rizal. First is his works and writings in Santo Tomas. So number 1 is A La Juventud Filipina, or To the Filipino Youth. This poem was written by Rizal when he was 18 years old in the year 1879. This was his entry in literary contest held by the Liceo Artístico Literario de Manila, or Manila Lyceum of Arts and Literature. It is a society of literary men and artists. Luckily, Rizal won the first prize and he was awarded by the Board of Judges composed of Spaniards. The award he received was a feather-shaped silver pen with a gold ribbon. So this poem seeks to encourage the Filipino youth to strive hard to their education because they are the hope of the fatherland. So dirito nakuha sa poem ang katong famous quote na ang kabataan ang pag-asa ng bayan, or the Filipino youth are the hope of the fatherland. Second is Abdil Aziz I Mahoma, or Servant of the Mighty One, 1879. It was a poem declaimed by Athenian Manuel Fernandez on the night of December 8, 1879 in honor of Immaculate Conception. This poem features the struggles between the Spaniards and Moors in Spain. It also portrays the friendship between Abdil Aziz, a Christian, and Mahoma, a Muslim. That's why Abdil Aziz I Mahoma, as a symbol of harmony and mutual respect between different religions and cultures. Third is El Consejo de los Dioses, or the Council of Gods, year 1880. Since the Manila Lyceum of Arts and Literature opened a new contest open for Spaniards and Filipino, Rizal joined the contest because he was motivated sa katong first win niya nga ang title sa iyang poem kay A La Juventud Filipina. And although Rizal was studying in UST, he was aided by Father Recto of the Ateneo in securing the needed reference material for his entry. Kaniday nga literary contest is in commemoration of the quadracentennial death anniversary of Miguel Cervantes de Saavedra. But according to P. Gagelonia in his book, Ang Buhay Gawat Sinulat ni Jose Rizal, it was for the 264th death anniversary of Cervantes. This contest is participated by priests, newspapermen, professors, and scholars. The participants or contestants of this contest use pen names to hide their identities. And actually, Rizal won again. But when the judges found out nga Indio si Rizal, they took the award from him and gave it to another Spaniard contestant named D.N. Del Puzo, a writer from Diario de Manila. But after re-examining the entries, the Board of Judges gave back the first prize to Rizal, and the prize was Anelo de Oro con el Busto del Príncipe de los Ingenios Españoles, or in English, a gold ring with the bust of the Prince of the Ingenious Spaniards. So kaning El Consejo de los Dioses diay is a play ni siya about an Asian teenager seizing cultural elements of humanistic tradition, overcoming not only its formalism, but at the same time laying foundation for an effort towards self-knowledge, depicting Olympian deities discussing Western literary standards. Fourth is Junto al Pasig, or Beside the Pasig River, year 1880. It is a play staged by the Academy of Spanish Literature on December 8, 1880, first day of Immaculate Conception, the patroness of Ateneo. This play has a subtle satirical nationalistic idea. Now without comfort, sadly groans in the power of foreign people and slowly dies in the impious clutch of Spain. Meaning, it conveys idea that the Filipino population is enduring hardships and oppressions, feeling powerless and slowly losing hope while being subjected to the unjust grip of Spanish domination. And next is A Filipinas or to the Philippines, February 1880. It is a sonnet for the Society of Sculpture, urging all Filipino artists to glorify the Philippines, which our country, through their works. This sonnet is show the love for the country, and Rizal treated the Philippines as his muse. The last is Al MRP Pablo Ramon, Rector del Ateneo in sus Dias, or to MRP Pablo Ramon, Rector of the Ateneo. Rizal made this poem pag January 25, 1881 to express his affection to Father Pablo Ramon, who has been so kind and helpful to him. And that's all the Rizal's works and writings sa Santo Tomas, and let's proceed to the Masonic writing of Jose Rizal. Rizal's Masonic writing. So, to define first what is Masonic writing, ang Masonic writing is a form of writing in Spain during the 18th and 19th century. It is composed of writers' beliefs, values, and philosophies about a certain topic. So, story time, kani si Rizal is ni apel og fraternity, which is Freemasonry. Ni-apil siya pag 1883 sa Masonic Lodge in Madrid called Acacia. And then, ang iyahang central motive nga nung ni-apil siya ani nga society is to secure the aid in the Freemasons in his battles against the abusive friars sa Philippines. And then, pag November 15, 1890 is nahimo siya nga Master Mason in Lodge sa La Solidaridad sa Madrid. So, the only Masonic writing of Rizal is Science, Virtue, and Labor, year 1889. So, this Masonic writing focuses on the importance of education, moral values, and hard work in building prosperous society. Rizal believed that through the pursuit of knowledge, the practice of virtue, and diligent labor, the individuals can contribute to the progress and enlightenment of their nation. And now, let's dive into the Rizal's writings in Madrid and Barcelona, Spain. Super taas. So, first is Amor Patrio or Love of Country in English. So, it was the first written article ni Rizal sa Barcelona, Spain, and he sent it to his friend Basilio Teodoro Moran, a publisher of Diaryong Tagalog sa Manila. And it was published pag August 20, 1882 sa Diaryong Filipino in Manila. And then in writing this article, Rizal used the pen name Laong Laan, which means nga ang laong is for a long time, and then for ang laan, reserve for a purpose, and then combine sila. Laong Laan means keep in reserve for a purpose for a long time. So these articles showed that the Filipino had their own native land to mind and love, and that land was Philippines. Rizal's love for the country meant to absolute independence for the country. Second is Los Viajes or Travels in English. It was the second article of Rizal sa Barcelona, Spain. Since his friend katong publisher sa Diario de Manila was deeply impressed sa katong first article niya nga Amor Patrio, his friend requested more article, and this was the response for his request. This article was published in the same newspaper in Diario de Manila pag September 20, 1882, and later published po sa La Solidaridad pag May 15, 1889. This article emphasizes the importance of exploration and cultural immersion as avenue for personal growth and enlightenment, urging the readers to break free from societal constraints and embrace diversity of human experience through travel. Third is Revista de Madrid or Review de Madrid in English. It was the third article of Rizal nga gisulat niya sa Madrid, Spain, and it was dated November 29, 1882. This article is intended for publication in the Diaryong Tagalog in Manila, but unfortunately it was not published because the newspaper stops its circulation. So next is Las Dudas or the Doubts in English. dated November 7, 1882. Rizal wrote this in response to his friend Ferdinand Blumentritt, who wanted to know Rizal's religious beliefs and philosophical views. In the letter, Rizal candidly discusses his doubts and uncertainties regarding certain religious beliefs and dogmas, reflecting his critical thinking and intellectual independence. And the next is Los Agricultores Filipinos, or To the Filipino Farmers. It was the first article that was published in La Solidaridad, dated March 15, 1889. This article discusses the challenges and struggles faced by the Filipino farmers under the Spanish rule and called reforms to improve their conditions. Sunod is A La Defensa or To La Defensa, dated April 30, 1889. Rizal made this article as a response to the accusation made against him and other Filipinos by Spanish writer Vicente Barantes, defending their actions and advocating for reforms in the Philippines. Then, La Verdad para Todos, or The Truth for All in English, dated May 31, 1889. In this article, Rizal expressed his views on various issues affecting the Philippines and its people, including the need for reforms and the pursuit of justice and equality. Another article of Rizal entitled Vicente Barantes Teatro Tagalog or Vicente Barantes Tagalog Theater, dated June 15, 1889. In this article, Rizal exposed Barantes nga Barantes has a lack of knowledge in Tagalog theatrical art, and he also advocated for the promotion of the theater in the Tagalog language as means of uplifting Filipino culture and fostering national consciousness. Another article of Rizal, Defensa del Nole or Defense of Nole in English, dated June 18, 1889. Rizal made this article in order to defend his novel Nole Me Tangere against its critics and explaining its purpose and addressing misconceptions about its themes and characters. Next is Verdades Nuevas or New Facts or New Truth. It was dated July 31, 1889. This article is replied to the letter ni Vicente Biloc Sanchez in the Madrid newspaper La Patria, addressing the allegations of Sanchez that provision for reforms in the Philippines would devastate the diplomatic role of the Catholic friars. Another article is Una Profanacion or A Desecration. So this article was published pag July 31, 1889. So this article attacked the friars for refusing to give Christian burial to Mariano Herbosa, the brother-in-law of Rizal, who died of cholera pag May 23, 1889. Next is Lanto e Rihas or Tears and Laughter in English, dated November 30, 1889. This article condemned the racial prejudice of Spanish against the brown race. Another writings of Rizal is Filipinas dentro de 100 años or The Philippines within a century. So it is an essay written serialized in La Solidaridad on September 30, October 31, December 15, 1889 and February 15, 1890. In this essay, Rizal estimated the future of the Philippines in the span of 100 years and the foretold catastrophic end of Spanish rule in the Asia. And the last is Sobre la Indolencia de los Filipinos, or in English, On the Indolence of Filipino. So it is a socio-political essay that was published in La Solidaridad in Madrid pag 1890. Rizal wrote this essay as a response to the accusation that Filipinos would rather to gamble their money than to work in the farm. And at the end, Rizal summed up that the main causes of indolence to limited training and education of Filipino resist and the lack of national sentiment and unity among them. And that concludes my discussion and presentation of the Rizal's works and writings. Hope you learned something.